Greetings, internets. Thinker2112 here at 1644 Eastern Standard Time on Monday, the 27th of February, 2012. Let's play Plants vs. Zombies. Oh, this is going to get me so close to that magical number of 80,000, but not quite there. Alright, so it took me 3 tries to beat this survival stage. Failed this twice. I'm going to try it one more time, and if I don't beat it, I'm going to get some upgrade. There are a couple of plants that I'm thinking may be useful, maybe especially useful. So I'd get that, except, you know what? Actually, there's a chance I could get enough, I could get to that 80,000. And then buy that next seed slot and see if it does really help me. For now, I will go largely with the strategy I used before, with a few changes. I'm gonna go right to melon bolts, no weaker plants first. Bunch of oops plants. Yeah, pumpkins. On the suggestion of Kind-Hearted Gamer, who has been commenting on a lot of my videos, I always appreciate that. As long as you're not a troll. I'm going to try pumpkins. Of course, I may not even get a chance to plant any of them this time around, on this first phase, but eventually I hope to get around to them, because they will really help to slow down the zombies' efforts to get through. Remember, you can plant a pumpkin on... I believe there is only one plant, other than the plants that just sort of, you know, get spent as soon as they're planted. Besides those, there's only one plant around which you cannot plant a pumpkin. That's one of the plants that I'm thinking of getting, if I can't pull it off this time. Like this level, I mean, of course. The reason why you can't is because it takes up 2 spaces. The cob cannon is the only plant that takes up more than 1 space. It's one of the heavy hitters, as you might imagine. In fact, probably the heaviest hitter. I don't want to plant the first one there. I want to plant the first one somewhere there where there is a row on each side of it. So the Oscars were last night. I still don't know which film won Best Film. I didn't pay that much attention because, honestly, I really hadn't seen many of the movies there. That often happens to me. It's not that I don't like movies, it's just that I don't see that many of them. I do hope that's going to kill that zombie soon enough. And I should start these. Okay, yeah, no problem. So, the plants I'm thinking of getting, if I don't have enough money for the seed slot, are the winter melon and the cob cannon. The other plants that I don't have are the golden magnet, the Gatling pea, and the gloom shroom. There's also the imitator, which is sort of a plant. It takes the place of a plant. The imitator basically, it appears as a looking kind of like a mime. And it turns into whatever plant you want it to. You can only pick one plant per level for it to turn into. But the idea of the imitator is that you can have two of the same plant. And that means that you have effectively half the charge time for that plant. So if you're going to be using a lot of a certain plant, like I'll often use it on a tall nut, so that I can build up the tall nuts more quickly. Excuse that, that's the garage door. Yeah, the limitations to the imitator are, number one, it can only turn into one plant per level. Number two, it sits there for a few seconds before it turns into a plant. So if it's something that if you're in a situation where you need something done very quickly, it's not something you can use. And number three, it cannot turn into any plant that you buy from Crazy Dave. So it couldn't turn into a twin sunflower, for example, or a Spikerock. Which sort of makes sense, since you can't really plant those plants directly anyway. You have to get them from something else. See if they can take care of the buckethead in time. Help if there were some splash damage, but no. And he's gonna eat that flower pot, but probably nothing else. Of course, I could just, use the explodey plants to, specifically the cherry bomb, to stop some of these plants from getting eaten, but, yeah, cherry bomb costs 150, replacing that flower pot costs 25. Why can't you just die like all of the other zombies? That's it. Oh, this is the second flag. Yeah, I really hope that I'm not going to think it's the end before it's the end, like I've done twice before in these past couple sessions. Now, here's a good time for a cherry bomb. Take 3 melons. Well, I'd rather they ate my flower pots than my melon poults. Okay, don't need as many oops plants this time, but probably will need something else. Like a coffee bean and a magnet shroom. What's the other thing I wanted? I feel like there's something else I should have here. I'll just pick an oops plant. Okay, let's see. What do I not have from potato mine squash and cherry bomb? And I've added these two. Alright, so yeah, the football zombies got to me last time, so oh, you know what? This would help. Yeah, that would help, and I already have the coffee beans, so yeah, I'll go with that. Perfect solution to fast zombies. Because not only does it immobilize them for a short time, even after they've started moving again, they don't move at full speed for a while. Wherever you're using one of these on a roof level, though, just keep in mind, as with any plant, you need a flower pot. Even though it's going to be gone soon after you plant it, you still need a flower pot. I'm going to start planting my defensive plants. I don't know, technically I guess every plant would be a defensive plant in this game. Okay. Okay, that'll slow him down. You know, it's just a plant that I hardly ever use. Yes, here the ice shroom would be the temporary solution. The walnut would be the more permanent solution. Not absolutely permanent, but more permanent. Another good thing about having pumpkins is that they can take as much damage as a walnut, so if you plant both of them, you effectively get the protection twice as quickly as if you had only one or the other. Yeah, these would help. Yeah, and they can even take the ladders after they're already on it. What just happened to my mouse? Something weird happened to my mouse. Crap. Is there any problem that I will not have? Well, no, I suppose I shouldn't say that. There are a lot of problems I haven't had. Hold on. I need to... see if I can... Oh, you know what? It's probably because the battery's dead. That would do it. Brr. Yeah, I'm using a wireless mouse. Let me get a new battery here. Okay, I'm back with a newly batteried mouse. And I just made up a word. Now, the word battery originally referred to, like, a bunch of cannons or something. Like, in New York, Battery Park is a park where there used to be a bunch of cannons, like, in the early days of the country when there were, what am I saying? When, like, the War of 1812, around then. Okay, yeah, enough of these guys are coming now that multiple magnet shrooms would be good. Do I really need this much sun? Might, at some point. Like if my sunflowers get eaten or something. Which has happened, as you know. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, so I've had somewhat of a bad history with this particular model of mouse. I've had a couple of them just not work, and that may be partly because, like, I didn't know about the reset button on it or something. Something stupid like that. Alright, do I want umbrella leaves here? I could just use an ice shroom and freeze them. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with umbrella leaves this time. I think same lineup as last time should work. Note that ice shrooms will not freeze pogo zombies, but they will slow them. Also, if I get pumpkins on all of these tall nuts, then I may just start planting pumpkins around other things, because you can do that. Although I can sometimes forget this. Yeah, if you can get a bunch of pumpkins around, like, lots of your plants, then that's going to make it that's going to make the zombies progress very slowly. Except for the ones that have, you know, special abilities to get past things. Yeah, I think I probably would get to 80,000 on this one only if I won. Okay. Time for Halloween, I guess. Lots of pumpkins. Okay, this is the way I like to see things going. Unfortunately, it's probably going to go this way until they throw some other types of zombies at me. Which will probably happen approximately now. Ah, not in time. Oh well. Because I have so much sun, placing this melon pulse will not generally be a problem. Of course, it takes about 8 seconds for each one to recharge. Oh, thank you for taking that flower pot that I just sort of planted there for the ice shroom. That's, like, my least important plant. So if you have a flower pot and a pumpkin, you can actually have, and something else, you can actually have 3 plants in the same space. By the way, there's in the mobile... No, don't do that! Don't want them stealing that. Well, now they're suddenly being really annoying. Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe I should have gone with those umbrella leaves. I did not realize there would be this many bungee zombies. Wow. You see, when they show only one bungee zombie on the thing at the beginning of the level, they're stealing my tall nuts too. You're thinking, oh, there won't be that many of them in the level. Because the number of zombies they show in the beginning, like, of each type is proportional approximately to how many zombies will be there in the actual level. Well, that caused some mayhem. And that probably saved several of my plants. Well, that went more smoothly than could be expected. Or about as smoothly.